Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Friday evening, and I thought I would come down to the game area and fire up the PS4 Capcom Arcade Stadium running. Just something to do, pass the time this evening. It is Friday after all. Long week. But you got 1944. Rising developed this one, and it was a CPS2 Capcom CPS2 arcade PCB. Not one that I ever owned, so really, I'm probably quite rusty at it. I've never owned that board, and it wasn't like I played it all that much in the arcade back in the day in my life, so didn't really play it much in MAME either, so kind of playing it again for the first time in a real long while with the arcade stadium just the past year or so. But still, this one I haven't really even delved much into it yet. Just so you don't have to deal, I prefer auto fire when I'm playing a shmup, especially filming a video. It's annoying to hear me tapping, I'm sure, because you have to tap the button so hard if you don't have auto fire set. The Hori RAP Premium Vuelich stick, it doesn't have an auto fire button on it, but within all the settings of these titles on the arcade stadium, you can just set your buttons to turbo, so it works just as well that way, really. See if I can get through a level or two. Might as well. Okay. Film in 4K. I think I have a decent angle. We'll see. That is to be determined when I'm done with the video. Then I can look and see if it filmed it all right or not. Let's give it a whirl. I'll crank the volume a little bit so you can. It's got some cool music to it. Some kind of over-the-top, cheesy rock and roll. I like it. It's intentionally over-the-top music. It kind of doesn't take itself that seriously. It's fun. Kind of like an old military theme, old school arcade shooter. You kind of expect to hear a different soundtrack, so I thought it was really cool what they did with this. And if memory serves, right, you just have, it's hard to talk and play shoot 'em ups. They're so intense, you have to pay such great attention to everything you're doing, but so this one just has that power meter, so you can kind of take damage. Kind of like Area 88, UN Squadron, US Navy, same type of deal. Yeah, and I'm taking tons of it. Wow, pay attention there, fella. I have to bomb out. Ooh, I just lost a lot of my power-ups, too. Not great. Trying to readjust to the speed of shmup, right? When you're out of practice with these things, it can take a minute to kind of regain your footing. But it's a fun game. As you already know, anyone who watches already knows and loves this game and has played it at least once, right? So I'm not kind of telling you anything new. If you like to look at CRT monitors, maybe my angle is good this time and it's 4K. Might be worth checking out for that if for no other reason. I'm just passing some time, don't mind me. It is a fun game, and there's nothing quite like just your old school arcade shoot 'em up to go back to. Like, well, for me, I love Galaga a lot more than Space Invaders, but throughout the 80s and 90s, you know, they just kept reinventing the concept with more intense gameplay, better music, visuals, more powerful hardware, and eventually we got to stuff like this, from Space Invaders all the way to the mid-90s, games like 1944, right? And I think really the whole genre, everybody knows it, right? Like in 2012, I believe, when Cave kind of jumped ship, that was when the shoot 'em up genre kind of faded away. And I guess now there's still indie developers, other things being brought out, but it's just not ever going to be like it was, you know. It was actually this big commercially viable thing, something that felt like it was still current. And that's a rather weak gameplay, but more of a test to see how that thing could film this. Where did I land? I don't know, 6th or 7th. I'll have to try that. I'll have to work on that one, but alright, talk to you later.